Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the NBA's fresh take on basketballs, the airless ones. Yup, you heard it right, airless. These new game changers are crafted from 3D printed materials, and word has it, they're tougher and more consistent than the hoops we're used to. We're totally stoked about this topic because it's like basketball is getting a futuristic makeover. Airless basketballs could totally flip the game on its head. But of course, there's a flip side too. Let's jump right in. Okay, let's be real here. The current NBA balls are unlike any we've seen before. The first time you touch one, it's clear something's different. The texture, the grip, the way it reacts, it's all a bit weird. But why? To understand the oddity, let's rewind a bit. Over the years, basketballs have evolved from leather-laced up fears to high-tech wonders. The NBA has constantly tweaked materials and designs to find the perfect balance between tradition and modern performance. In the early days of basketball, the NBA used leather basketballs with laces to rule the court. These iconic balls had a unique feel and were notorious for becoming slippery when wet. Dribbling and shooting, a true challenge, but they set the foundation for what was to come. Fast forward to the 1940s and rubber basketballs entered the scene. Goodbye laces. These rubber balls were a game changer, providing better durability and grip. Players could finally focus on their skills rather than battling with an unruly ball. The consistent bounce made the game smoother and more dynamic. The 1960s, when the American Basketball Association, ABA, rocked the boat with their tricolored basketballs. While the NBA didn't adopt the ABA's color scheme, the move pushed the boundaries of design. It was a nod to innovation that couldn't be ignored. By the 1980s, composite leather stepped into the spotlight. The era of synthetic materials had begun, with composite leather offering improved grip and bounce. The ball's design became more standardized, offering a predictable performance and a better experience on the court. In an attempt to push the boundaries of basketball technology, the NBA partnered with Spalding to introduce a revolutionary synthetic basketball for the 2006-2007 season. This basketball was designed to have consistent grip and performance regardless of weather conditions. The goal was to enhance gameplay and provide a better experience for players and fans. However, despite the good intentions, the introduction of the synthetic ball sparked widespread backlash. Many players voiced their strong displeasure with the new ball. They reported that it felt different, had an unusual grip, and behaved unpredictably during games. The synthetic material seemed to cause the ball to have a different bounce and feel compared to traditional leather basketballs. As the season progressed, it became evident that the synthetic ball was causing issues on the court. Players were missing shots they would typically make, and the ball's behavior seemed erratic. Fans and analysts speculated whether the ball was responsible for the decline in shooting percentages and overall gameplay quality. The controversy reached its peak when a group of prominent players, including Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, publicly criticized the synthetic ball. "Whoever made this ball should be fired," were the words of former basketball icon Shaq. The constant backlash forced the NBA to take action, and then, in December 2006, just 3 months into the season, the league decided to revert to using the traditional leather basketball. The synthetic basketball experiment of 2006 remains a cautionary tale in the world of sports innovation. While the NBA and Spalding aimed to advance the game through technology, the lack of thorough testing and player input led to a major misstep. Now, let's talk about the Switch itself. For decades, Spalding was the official supplier of basketballs for the NBA. However, starting from the 2021-2022 season, the NBA made the switch to Wilson as their official basketball supplier. This was a significant change, considering Spalding's long-standing history with the league. The NBA and Spalding had a long-standing partnership that dates back to 1946. Spalding was the official supplier of basketballs for the league for over 40 years. The NBA then began a search for a new supplier. Wilson was one of the final two contenders, along with Moulton. In the end, Wilson was the chosen one as the new supplier. So, when exactly did this transition take place? The announcement of the switch to Wilson was made in the early months of 2021. This was due to a number of factors, including Spalding's decision to raise the price of basketballs. The change became official starting from the 2021 NBA draft and marked the beginning of a new era in the NBA, one where Wilson basketballs would take the center stage on the court. The decision to make the change was influenced by several factors. While the contract termination was mutual, the NBA sought a different part in search of a better approach and consistency. Wilson introduced innovative technologies to their basketballs aimed to enhance grip, control, and overall performance. The NBA was drawn to these advancements, which could potentially elevate the quality of the game. The NBA took player feedback seriously. Many players expressed a preference for Wilson basketballs during informal workouts and training sessions. The NBA saw this as an opportunity to align with the preferences of the athletes. Wilson is a globally recognized sports brand with a strong presence in various sports. The NBA saw this as an opportunity to partner with a brand that resonates with fans worldwide. The partnership between the NBA and Wilson was seen as a collaborative effort. Wilson demonstrated a commitment to working closely with the league and players to continuously improve the basketballs. After the new deal, the NBA decided to switch up their game and change to Wilson basketballs. And of course, some players, including Kevin Durant, weren't exactly doing cartwheels over it. KD, always wanted to let his thoughts fly, wasn't too keen on the league's decision. Can't blame him really. The feel of those Wilson basketballs was a tad different from the Spalding ones everyone was used to, which is quite understandable. Players had the grip, the size, the whole package down pat, so it was a bit of a learning curve to get used to those new balls. However, the league at the time was already ahead of the game. They had already shipped out these brand new Wilson basketballs to players all across the map. Why? Well, they wanted the players to have a go at them in practice, get a handle on these new balls, and hopefully feel right at home with the switch. It was a bit of a challenge, sure, but at least they were giving the players a fair shot at adapting. And in no time, everyone got the hang of it and the complaints went quiet. But just recently, Wilson came up with a new airless basketball that is touted to be the future of NBA basketball. So, what's the deal with these airless basketballs? Alright, so picture this. The NBA's gone all high-tech with basketballs made from a material called Vectran. It's super strong and lightweight, the stuff they use in spacey stuff. And just to top it off, they're coated to repel water and dirt, so no more soggy ball situations. Now, unlike our good old basketball buddies, these Airless Champs don't need a puff of air inside. Nope, they're filled with this special foam magic that keeps them in shape. This means they're not just durable, they're like your buddy who always sticks around, bounce after bounce. How do they cook these things up? Alright, get this. They're using 3D printers to whip up these basketball wizards. It's like a digital basketball birth. They start with a computer model of the ball, slice it into thin layers, and then print those layers one by one, put them all together, and bam, you got yourself a spanking new airless basketball. Here's the good stuff, the perks of these airless wonders. First of all, they're built tough. These balls are like the Chuck Norris of basketballs. They're built to last. Punctures and deflation? Nah, not their style. That means more game time and less fixing time. Remember that time when your shot was a slam dunk, but the bounce is like, nah, not today? Well, these Airless Champs bounce back the same way every single time. Talk about shooting accuracy. Also, the company proposes that the ball will offer no more flat tire drama. That means that no more mid-game panic when your ball decides to give up on life and go flat. That's right, airless balls never throw that deflating tantrum. Now, before you start practicing your victory dance, let's chat about the cons and aspects that make this new ball seem weird. Some folks are saying these airless balls feel a bit odd to grip and shoot. Makes sense, right? Different materials, no air bladder, it's like a whole new ball game. We can't predict the future, if only we could, so we're not entirely sure how long these airless all-stars will last. Some worry they might not have the same staying power as the classics, but all these factors don't have to be an issue at the moment. While the 3D airless prototype basketball exemplifies the joint commitment to innovation by Wilson and the NBA, no modifications will be implemented to the Wilson NBA official game ball. The balls used in games will continue to feature the same leather composition, 8-panel layout, and performance specifications that are currently utilized. This aligns with the approach taken in other competitions such as the NBL, WNBL, and JNR. NBL, where Wilson balls are presently employed. And that's it. While the current NBA balls seem a little, out of the ordinary. From synthetic materials to high-tech manufacturing, it's all part of the league's journey toward the future of basketball. What are your thoughts on this peculiar evolution? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your fellow hoop enthusiasts. Until next time, embrace the oddness on the court.